I'm thrilled to be here today, jointly launching the new Australian Urban Water Industry Research Priorities Agenda with you, Adam. It's a great example of where WaterRA and WSAA have worked synergistically to deliver a great result for our collective membership in the urban water sector. The agenda represents the culmination of over a year's work. It didn't come from nowhere, with significant engagement across the sector. And I'd like to particularly thank all those who have contributed and enabled us to get to this point, especially Jason Mingo at WSAA and Jacqueline Fritzenschaff here at WaterRA. I'd like to just say a few words about the importance of the agenda. I'll refer to it as the agenda. It's a bit of a mouthful otherwise, but so the agenda, it's the ongoing investment in R&D for the industry is necessary to generate, ensure access to and enable application of the latest scientific developments. Ongoing investment in R&D will, I believe, be key to the water industry achieving greater foresight and resilience to meet future challenges. And having this shared agenda and a clearer line of sight between research and the valuable outcomes it will deliver can help build confidence that this investment is worthwhile. And I think this is a very important part. It was something that was raised when there was a sneak preview of the agenda yesterday to the WSAA Research Managers Network. So R&D is crucial to inform policy development that meets the needs of industries, cities and communities dependent on a safe and secure water supply and reliable sanitation services that protect the environment and generate valuable resources. Through the new Water Industry Research Priorities Agenda, we seek to harness our considerable R&D success to date with a renewed commitment to greater R&D activity delivered with greater efficiency and improved levels of collaboration, and thereby to meet the water industry's objectives. So in a nutshell, this new research agenda has been developed to enable the water industry to rally as a collective and drive collaborative research, development, innovation, and ultimately transformation. Next slide, please, Jo. So this week, the eyes and ears of the world have been on COP26 in Glasgow to learn what else must and will be done to tackle climate change in time to achieve a limit to global warming of 1.5 degrees centigrade or less. And our agenda reflects the seriousness with which the water industry regards this challenge by including climate change mitigation and adaptation as a key driver for research across all aspects of their business. And while learning from others and innovating can help us respond to all four of the agenda's drivers, research and development holds the key to the transformation the water industry will likely need to thrive into the future. It is R&D that shows us what new ways are possible and how to use them. And our research members are thus critical partners for its success. For WaterRA, our hope is that the agenda will lead to greater recognition of the importance of R&D as fundamental to the business of water. And our commitment is to use the agenda, to foster engagement and research collaboration within and beyond the water sector, thereby achieving greater outcomes for the industry, the communities we serve, and the only planet we have. So I'll now hand over to Adam for more detail on the agenda itself and to provide you WSAA's perspective on this auspicious occasion. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you, Karen. A big shout out to Karen and Jacqueline and Jason, who have really done so much work to pull this together. I feel like a little bit of a fraud presenting this because so much hard work has gone into pulling this together. So many of you online have helped pull this together. And it is very much an agenda, and we really want to stress that it's a framework from where as an industry, we can actually create really valuable and meaningful research. I'll give you an example of why we haven't presented here a shopping list of projects. Just this week, many utilities across Australia have joined the Race to Zero, the UN Race to Zero through COP26. And the one emerging issue that's coming out of that is, or re-emergence, I should say, quite sadly, because I worked on this when I first started at WSAA, is process emissions and fugitive emissions that the industry here in Australia actually did a lot of work on back in 2010, 11, 12 sort of period. And then, of course, the political climate changed and there was less imperative to do it. But we've had to move quickly. We've had to move quickly, but this agenda and this framework actually provides the opportunity to quickly prioritise that as it comes forward. And both Karen and I will also be taking that forward as we're both on the board for the Global Water Research Coalition too, which is an important part of what we do in the international agenda. And we'll be putting this jointly, we'll be putting this agenda forward to that group to see where we can actually join up with our international colleagues and drive some of the programs forward. It's really important for us at WSAA that we're able to really show clear links here back to the water businesses, of course, and many of these priority areas that you see in the priority statements actually were reaffirmed yesterday. We had a board committee, our Livable Communities Committee, a lot of this work lands in that area, and they reaffirmed what's here, almost independently, different group of people, but it shows that the hard work's been done, the foundations are right, and what we're trying to do here is establish a really ambitious set of outcomes that both organisations, WSAA and Water Research Australia, can work towards to deliver better water services with the best science, with the best research available. You know, you can see across the top there the priority areas around service delivery, around supply optimization, customers, workforce, livability in the circular economy. And over time, of course, we'll get a bit more granularity about what some of those projects might look like into the future. But I would only encourage you to engage with this. Will be important for us, for Karen and myself, as we engage with external stakeholders. I don't know if many of you remember, but when the Rudd government came in, they quickly put in place 2 centres of excellence, one for water recycling and one for desal, actually with very, very little bones around what those priorities should be. And so this puts us proactively in a really good position. I'm not saying that necessarily there will be a change of government, there could be, but as priorities change, as investment priorities change, we've got this. We're able to engage with stakeholders about what the priorities for the urban water industry in Australia and New Zealand looks like going forward. So thank you, Karen. Thank you for having me along. Once again, thank you to Jason and Jacqueline for all of the hard work for putting this together.
Thanks, Adam. That's great. I'd like to now turn to the next slide, and on behalf of us both, I'm pleased to declare the Australian Urban Water Industry Research Priorities officially launched. And you can see there that you can download it from either the WSAA website or the WaterRA website. It's up there on both. So please do have a look, use it, maybe even print it in this digital age and keep it to hand. So thanks, Adam. Before you go, though, I'd also like to share with the audience that WaterRA and WSAA have this week jointly signed an MOU that will underpin continued strong communication and collaboration between our two organisations and provide the launchpad for further joint initiatives that through synergy will enable us to deliver more for our members and the sector. And we'll certainly be taking that approach as we look to implement the agenda. So thanks, Adam. Thanks to your team and to my team, and exciting days ahead.
Exciting days ahead. Thank you.